Welcome back. We're in Assetto Corsa again, and tonight we're looking at the Rechbergrennen track. This is in Austria. It is a real-life track, I guess, or section of road that's used for an annual event in Austria, and it is quite beautiful, quite picturesque. The interesting part of this particular mod, though, is he's got several track variations, including turning this hill climb into a 10K, 7K, and a 3K circuit track, which is kind of interesting. I've never seen that done before. So the hill climb is actually legitimately based on real life. As far as I know, the circuits are completely fictional. So he's added on and created some rather interesting roads. So we're going to look first here at the hill climb and take a look at that. And then I'll do the 10K circuit just to kind of give you a sense of the creativity involved in this. So this is the hill climb. I guess this is the hill climb for 2024, if I understood correctly. It is quite a high-speed hill climb. At least I think it's, compared to other hill climbs I've done, it seems pretty high speed. So it isn't as much close quarters twisty in this. It is a challenging track, though. The section up here is kind of tough. And then this transition here, you can get caught out a little bit in some of these. So as this exits, that is tough right there. It wants to sweep you wide and you wind up hitting those boards. Ask me how I know. Here's the finish, 4.4K. So that's interesting. That's fun. I could probably do it faster, but there are a couple of places where you can go too fast and cause yourself some problems. So let's take a look at the full 10K circuit. So in the 10.1K circuit, there is an extensive amount of work that's been done to expand on the track, as you can see in the track map on board. If you look at the bottom half of the track, starting with about maybe first little like hump at the bottom, that is fictional, but then it starts at the kind of the end of that bottom hump to go around, and you'll see the kind of looks like the outline of the hill climb. So the hill climb is embedded in this track, which is kind of fun, but kind of interesting. This is a crazy pit exit, and you'll see it when we go around. You'll see the entrance to it is crazy, but it's actually on the mountain hill here. And he's added some interesting little visuals that are unique, interesting. The roller coaster or whatever that is up there. It's kind of cool. Little alien in various spots on the track, which is kind of interesting. pretty heavy elevation changes throughout this thing. So 10K, about 6.5 miles, I guess. A little over 6.5 miles, 10.1K. So now we're kind of on the part that's the actual hill climb. So this should look familiar. Great track. It's visually very appealing, and I like long tracks that are interesting. It certainly looks like it could make for some fun racing. This is available on Overtake. And I guess it's been a labor of love. Over 900 hours this guy's put into this. And it's pretty incredible. I like the visuals. I like the landscape, the immersiveness of it all. It makes for a good drive. Look at that pit entry, isn't that crazy? Nice rock wall. And you can get going a bit. Here we are, back on that hill climb part. I just like finding all the little weird little oddities in the track that are kind of... Oh, no! Screwed up my steering a little bit. Quite a bit, actually. Didn't recognize it as an off track, which is kind of strange. My timer is not in the red. Can't drive quite as aggressively with broken steering, though. I think it's just a toe issue. I don't think it's actually damaged. So, the hill climb, in case you were just not certain, over here is where that hill climb actually ends. It's right here. So now this is new track as well. And the start-finish line. So that's kind of creative, right? Is to take a track that is got a personality, for sure, right? And turn it into something that it isn't in real life, but if it could grow up into a full-on racetrack, I don't think that he's necessarily too far off of what it might become. It's a pretty cool idea, pretty cool concept. The hill climb is great and it's fun. And if realism is your thing and that's what you want to drive, then you can drive the hill climb. And if you like to tack on a little fantasy here and there and do some races on something that maybe doesn't exist in real life, but is still really entertaining, you have that available too. All as part of the same track mod, which is really nice. The damage to the car has slowed me up quite a bit. But that's okay. Yeah, I love the creativity here. and finding little Easter eggs in the scenery that are kind of fun and unique and maybe a little odd, but if you take it on faith that track mod is more of a artistic endeavor than it is a technical discipline, I like to see people be creative with that, be true artists, add in things that you may not expect, that are funny inside jokes or just interesting. Just interesting. The all-seeing eye on the pyramid is a random touch, but very cool. Here's our wacky pit entry. Doesn't feel so wacky coming in. It looks really wacky from a distance. Not very dramatic at all. Dramatic getting down off of it, but... So, there you have it. Rechberg Ultimate is the name of the mod, and we were just driving the Rechberg Grand Prix course, or GP course. Of course, before that, we drove the FIA Hillclimb, the Rechbergrennen layout from 2025, I guess. It's a 4.4 kilometer hill climb, and he's converted it into this marvelous 10.1K GP track. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I thank you for joining me. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye now.
Spaß machen Rennsport.